Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I wanted to show you sort of a handmade holiday idea. December is coming, Christmas is coming, Hanukkah is coming. There are a bunch of holidays coming towards the end of the year, and a lot of them sometimes incorporate gifts or gift exchanges. And I wanted to talk about an idea that could be really helpful when doing this. So the paper I've used my commission paper. So this is my arches. This is 640 grams. This is very, very thick, and this will help with durability and longevity of the handmade product, but you don't have to use this paper. You can use any paper you have. I would say the thicker you go, the longer it would last. So watercolor paper would definitely be more helpful and open up a wider range of products and things you can use. So what I've done is I carved out a sheet because it's a block, and I cut a square. And the square I cut is about 3.5 inches by 4.2 inches. It's about the size of a Polaroid. And if you can see this, I've drawn little lines. This is 3.1 inches squared. Now there are tons of different templates for Polaroids. So if you Google or go to your favorite search engine and type in size of a Polaroid, you will get a bunch of different options. Maybe you like the little teeny tiny ones by Fuji, the Instamax, that are the Polaroid minis. But here is my thought process on this. If you are doing a handmade holiday or you want to give a handmade gift, this is something where the creation space is fairly small. So if you have to do multiples, if you're doing some for each family member or each sibling or each friend, and it starts getting onto a list of like 20 people, you want kind of a smaller working area. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can do it this way, where you have the big empty portion on the bottom, like a standard Polaroid, and create in that square. And then here you could write, the title, you could sign it, you could number it if you're making multiples, you could put the date. You could do a poem or a little story or just a little winter sort of tale on the back. Or you can flip it around and you can hole punch it. I have a unique hole puncher. This one is a heart. You can hole punch this and turn this into a Christmas card or an art tag. This could be the tag on the gift, and create this way. And then with this, they can, you could attach ribbon and folks could then hang it on their tree. Or you could punch two holes and thread them and create a sort of holiday garland. Maybe your faith or belief system isn't really represented in sort of the products sold in the holiday aisles at the store, and you want to create something unique to you for decor that would be perfect for the month of December. That is an option. I know folks that are in you're in the southern hemisphere, so it's warming up, it's getting on to summer. Maybe you want a summer themed Christmas decor item. If you do not celebrate a holiday, I want you to know this is also for you. You could do seasonal garlands and do different sort of winterscapes or different things of what your yard or the trees around you are doing, and then kind of have that spanning time. These could be double-sided. You could turn this into a mobile that you hang from the ceiling for a small child, or it could be for an adult in your art room. This can also be used as sort of a frame of reference. So I don't like when folks compare their art to other artists. I think that's something we need to stop doing. So it would be really cool to draw or paint or create your favorite thing, put the date on here, put when you created this, and then a year later, redo it. Do it again. You could wait 3 years and recreate it. You could wait 6 years and recreate it, and then compare the new one to the older one and see how far you've come. See how your style has changed. See how much you've improved. Comparing your art to your art is the best way to see how far you've progressed in your journey as an artist. So, I mean, there's tons of things. You can do your animal's paw print with a non-toxic paint and do a paw print with a date. You can do, a small child's handprint. There's tons of different ways you can create on this paper and ideas you can use to sort of create a little something handmade. And if you are on a limited income or a tight budget, or you're, trying to adhere to a no-buy or a low-buy art supply, this could be a great way to make a handmade gift that is mailed, and then all you purchase is, a stamp and an envelope. Or this is slid into a Christmas card that you may purchase or also make. So there's tons of options with things like this. You don't have to, you can do it the untraditional way, and then you have this whole top where you can do other things with it, and the whole back. So, if you want to do pet portraits of your pet, maybe you're trying to do a time capsule and locking in when they were young or small. Maybe it's in memorandum of someone or a pet. There's so many different things you can do, and it doesn't have to be watercolor. I just chose watercolor paper because it's thick and durable. So if you want to do, pressed flowers and plants of the season, that is something that can be done. Any drawing implement, watercolor implement, any mixed media, anything you want to incorporate. Maybe you want to print and cut other photos of the year and collage that and have this, and write the year along the top and turn it into an ornament. And this was your year in review with collaged photographs. There's so many different things you can do with this size and format. Because it is smaller, it is easier to replicate and recreate if you have to do multiples. I mean, it can also be a bookmark, punch a hole at a ribbon, if that is something you want to do. If folks don't have Christmas trees or they don't celebrate Christmas, it can be just a uniquely shaped bookmark. So, depending on who you're creating for, take a look at their social media, look at their interests, and it is really, really kind to sort of create your present to them. So if they are really in love with butterflies, doing a beautiful butterfly, maybe incorporating some metallics, something like that would be really beautiful. They would absolutely appreciate that. If they're in love with mermaids or something, creating a mermaid that has the same color hair, the same colored eyes, it's a very thoughtful added touch that can be done. This whole thing can be nothing but words. You could also kind of do an abstract in the square with different washes or stamps, and then you can write a handmade poem or something that you want to say to someone that you care about. It's just small enough that this can be used for tons of different things, and it's just durable enough depending on what paper. I mean, you can laminate these, you can seal these between contact paper if that's something you have on hand. There's different things you can do. Some people have like sealing heat guns. I mean, you could put it in like a Ziploc and seal it all the way around so it's kind of protected. And then you could add magnets and turn it into a magnet if you wanted. Your imagination pretty much is a limit to what would go in the square for you. And maybe you're just creating this for yourself and you just want to have more little bits and pieces of your art to inspire you in your art space. That is absolutely an option as well. I'm going to be making 3 of these, giving one to each kid and telling them they can make a homemade ornament this year, and we're just gonna punch it this way, put in a ribbon of their favorite color that I own, and that's what we're doing with them. And then we'll date the back and write a little fun message on the back. So it's kind of a timestamp for this year. I really love handmade ornaments. That's something that I just really enjoy. I think they're very sentimental and just really sweet. And if it starts to fall apart, you know, we can laminate it later or seal it up later. You can even use really wide, like, packing tape if you're worried about corners getting scrunched and stuff. Or you can clip the corners and have rounded corners. There's corner clippers. So I hope this idea gave you some inspiration, gave you sort of a jumping off point. If you want to do a handmade holiday, you don't have to go huge, especially when there is a lot of stress and pressure, and you know, it can be a lot during the holiday season to sort of get things done. Like I said, you can do even the teeny tiny Polaroid, and that would be adorable too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.